Hello again.
Hi.
Okay, so we're picking up where we just left off with the guy standing here, but if you press the button, his arms go up, or his arms go back down when you let go. So question was from Sister. Do you remember the question?
Can you move the man around?
Can we move the man around? It's like she predicted the future because that was the plan next. So let's go ahead and bring our code back up here. And we still have the man's arm down and arm up. What we're going to do instead then of the button moving his arms up and down, let's make the man move if you press the button. Okay? We don't need the up code up right now, but let's just go ahead and leave it there. But we can hide it using this little caret over here. So we're going to leave everything here the same, but instead of if pressed we move his arms up, if pressed, let's move him to the right. Okay? So I'm going to make that, oops, wrong thing. Make that go away for now. I just commented that out, and if it's in a comment, the code doesn't get used. This is just a note for us, or something we can use later. If pressed, instead of moving his arms up, we want to move him to the right. Actually, so we're going to just change all this. So let's go ahead and make all that go away. Start a new thing. How do we move him to the right? Well, first we need to know where he was right now. And where he is right now is always going to be 0. We need to change that. We need to be able to move him around. So we are going to have a byte that is not constant. Actually, let's make this an int. We are going to have where he is right now. So man position. Okay, where he is left and right on the screen. Okay, he's going to start at, let's go ahead and start him at 8. So he's just kind of in the middle. Because it's 16 wide, so 8's in the middle. Sound good? So we're going to start at 8. So, and then instead of setting the cursor to 0, we're going to set it to man position. Okay? So actually, let's go ahead and bring that back for now. So everything just works the same, but the only thing we changed is where he starts. Okay?
Okay.
So let's run that again. Oops, got to select our board. We're going to run this. Now, let's see. Oh, there he is, in the middle. Can you see that he's in the middle now?
Yep.
And the button code still works. Arms go up if you press the button. Okay, so we moved his starting position with this. Okay, let's make the output smaller. So now it's at 8. So every time we go through the loop, we need to move the position. So let's go ahead and move the position. How do we move it? Well, if you remember that 0 is over here and 15 is over there, what do we need to do to the position, this number right here, this 8? What do we need to do to that 8 to make a move to the right?
You do a different number.
Do a different number. What number would it be?
9.
9, exactly. If we make it a 9, he'll move 1 to the right. What if you make it a 7?
Then I'll move 1 to the left.
He'll move 1 to the left. So, how do we go from 8 to 9? What does it take to go from 8 to 9, brother? What do you do? Shrug? Do you add 1?
Yes.
Yes. So if we add 1 to man position, okay, but I'm just adding the two numbers together, I also need to set it to man position. So man position equals man position plus 1. So we're going to take man position and we're going to add 1 to it, and we're going to set it on itself again. Another way we can do that is if we do plus equal, it just makes it smaller. So man position plus equal 1, he's going to move 1 to the right. Now, that's going to happen very fast. So let's go ahead and put a delay in here of 500. That delay of 500 means 500 milliseconds. Milli means 1,000, 1,000 milliseconds in a second. 500 is half of 1,000, half a second. We're going to make it wait for half a second, then he's going to move 1 to the right.
So, if you press the button, it's going to move 1 to the right?
Not
Why is
yet.
there so many mans?
There's so many mans again. What happened? Didn't we fix this before?
Yes, but there's less than before.
Well, it's because he started there and just went off to the edge. Well, what happened was, previously, we forgot to set cursor, and so he was just moving on his own.
Oh.
Oh, hey, he showed up down there now. So we had to set it to 0, 0 at the start every time.
It's adding more.
Now he's down to the bottom. Okay. So I'll explain what happened there in a minute. But the fix here was setting it back to 0. And every time was back to 0. Now we're setting it back to where he's supposed to be every time at the start. But we didn't clear what was there before. So the last time we drew him, he stayed where he was before. And he wrapped around here because if you keep adding man position up farther and farther and farther, it goes off the edge and then it comes down. And it goes.
So now it's full.
So now it's full. So what we need to do is two things. You asked if pressing the button moved his position. You're right. That is not what happened. The button still moves his arms. And his arms aren't moving because none of those are the ones that we're actually drawing right now. So we're going to get rid of this thing. And now, if pressed, he moves.
Okay.
So now, if we press it, he'll move one. We're going to keep the delay, though. I'll show you why in a second. But okay, how do we fix the cursor thing? Well, let's go LCD clear. That clears the whole thing out. Okay? It clears off the LCD, and so when it draws, he should be in the right position. But he's gone.
He's gone. Everything's gone.
Everything's
It's
gone.
Clear.
We cleared it. So he's gone, but now he's just gone. Okay, so what we can do instead of clear, before we move the position, we can do print space. We just say print nothing. Put a nothing where you are right now, and then we'll move it. Except we need to do that after we've set the cursor to the right position, because if we did it before set cursor, it's going to set a space to the future. So we set position to where the man was, and we clear it, and now we set the position to where he's going to be, and now we actually do the right. So let's just say he's always arms down.
Okay.
So for now, he's always arms down. Let's see if this works. And this is part of how writing code, this is the whole process of writing code. You do something, you think it's going to do one thing, and like, oh, it didn't do what you expect. Gotta fix it. That's totally normal.
Okay, so
Now he's not moving.
Please. Because you're supposed to press the button.
Hey!
It looks like he's walking.
If I press the button, oh, wait a minute. It didn't go when I pressed the button.
You need to hold it.
You have to hold it. So you have to hold it as long as the delay is. So like
He disappeared.
it actually goes around. Oh, he disappeared. So we got two problems. He still disappeared. He went off the edge. And you have to hold the button. We'll figure out how to fix the hold button problem later. Okay? That is something we can do in the next video. But right now, let's fix him disappearing, because I can hold the button for a second and the video will work. But if he disappears, he's gone. So what do we need to do? We need to limit how far he can go. He can't actually go off the edge. So if the button was pressed, we need to do more than one thing on this chunk of if block now. So we have to put this block around it with these things here. If it's pressed and man position, if man position isn't already at the end. So if it's less than 15, the limit here is 15. So if it's less than 15, we can move it up one. Okay, let's try that. So this should make sure the man position doesn't go past 15. So if I hold the button now, fingers crossed. Hey! He didn't go off the edge. Ah, the button came off. So, because we said if the position is already at 15, only move man position if it's less than 15. It won't go past that. Okay, we've solved the problem where we duplicate them a bunch. So the problem only goes off the edge. There's one other problem besides the one, where you have to hold the button. And I said we're going to do that later. How does it go to the left?
You need to add it in the code.
Well, but we only have one button.
True.
So how do you make them go left and right?
With only one button.
You could add another button.
Add another button. So I'm going to do that real quick.
So one button is for left and the other's for right?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have one button for left and one button for right. I'm going to line this button up with this up here. So we're going to put, just like last time, going to put a resistor on. And eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed the resistors are actually missing from over here. I put the potentiometer back because the resistor divider wasn't actually quite good value for being able to see the screen. So put the potentiometer back and stole some of those resistors for using here. Yes, brother?
Will we change it back to arm up button, or will we keep it the moving for the whole time?
We're going to keep it the moving because we don't have another button for arms up, but I do have a plan for that. So now we're going to make this one go over here. So we have another pin to add. So if we go to the top, we have two buttons now. Duplicate that line. We've got button and button right.
No!
Mom's asking if we're done yet. Almost. So we've got button right now and button. So if I take button and I find all the places we use button, I'm going to make it button left. Okay. So button right, we need to add it as well. So we made a button left input, so we need to make a button right input. And we have a pressed, and oh, well, now we need a second pressed. So we have a pressed left. Oops.
And a pressed right.
So pressed is going to be pressed left. And then we're going to have a pressed right. Okay, so we're going to take all of this and we're going to do it twice, left and right. Now, the one that goes to the left, what does it need to do? It doesn't need to add one. It needs to do what?
Minus one.
Minus one, subtract one. And it doesn't need to check if we're at the end with 15. It needs to check if we're
at the start.
Zero. The start,
0.
which is 0. So only if we're above 0 will we subtract 1. If we press left. If we press right, we add 1. Okay, and we can actually make this one check with this symbol here. This symbol is called AND. It's it just means that we can, if pressed right and man position. So now those can be one line again, so it fits. Okay, got some questions. Okay, sister.
Is this button left or right?
Huh, good question. Let's find out here in a second. While this is running,
Something's wrong.
something's wrong. Let's fix this. I didn't plug it back in.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, so now while that's building, what's your question, brother?
How
Okay, while you try to remember your question, let's see what sister's answer is. Sister.
This one's left and this one's right. What?
Remember, you gotta hold it.
Oh, right. But why didn't I have to hold it on for this
Because
one?
you got lucky. You pressed it right at the right time. Okay, so now he can go all the way to the left. And you want to hold the right button, brother? And he's going to go all the way to the right. Unless you stop. Ta-da! Okay, so now we have two buttons connected to two different pins, and one will make them go to the left, and one will make them go to the right. bonus time, if you want to stick around for another minute, is we're going to add the arms back. But we don't have a button for that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have his arms flap up and down for every time we go through this list. Okay? So what we do is we need a bool for man arms are up. Okay? And we're going to start with them down. And so if man arms are up, we're going to do the up. Otherwise, it'll be down. But how do we switch? We need to switch it every time. So what do we do to man's arm are up to make it switch? We need to set it again. We need to write the new value to this code, to this thing. So man's arm are up. We need to make it what it was before, but we need to make it the opposite of what it was before. We can do that with this little thing here, and this is a knot. This little symbol is a knot, and that means the opposite. So if what it was, it is now going to be the opposite thing. And we're going to go back and forth. And you can see what happens. His arms are flapping now. So every half second,
He thinks he's a bird.
his arms will be the opposite of what it was, up or down. And the buttons still work. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, thanks for joining us. And I'm glad you guys had some good questions. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.